The inner sea. So many mysteries in the deep, great chasms of the abyss, where wrecks and ghosts and death all float. Hidden from the surface, an entire world awaits. Murky depths hiding dangers and adventures below the ocean waves. The ruins of long-lost cities, great citadels of the Dreth kingdoms, wrecks of countless ill-fated vessels, forgotten and forlorn Daedric shrines, Dunmeri strongholds from before the time when the inner sea was the inner sea. A realm of perpetual shadow, the great depths below are the subject of today's Mod of the Day. For today we are showcasing Waters of Morrowind by Tel Shadow. A truly massive landscape overhaul mod that transforms the once barren seafloors of Morrowind between Vvardenfell and the Terry-built mainland into an underwater world of countless new adventures. Stretching from the southern shores of Ebonheart and going all around Vvardenfell to the east up to Nivalis, Waters of Morrowind is the single largest seascape mod ever released for Morrowind, adding great underwater canyons and valleys, chasms of immense and terrifying depth, submerged mountains and geothermal vents, all hosting a plethora of new locations for you to explore, and countless new dungeons for you to delve. Should you come equipped with the means to breathe deep in those terrifying depths. Designed to work with, and indeed enhance, the Terry-built mainland, Waters of Morrowind does a simply awe-inspiring job of filling in the gaps between TR and Vvardenfell. These underwater locations and landscapes are simply jaw-dropping, albeit a wee bit hard to showcase given the murkiness of underwater locations. Tel Shadow is probably just one of the best landscape designers in the Morrowind modding community, outside of the major province mods and Lithonia. And she's proven that time and time again, with some just truly ambitious projects like Fablewind and World of Morrowcraft. But I think Waters of Morrowind might be her crowning achievement for a lore-friendly, game-enhancing landscape overhaul. The size and scope of Waters of Morrowind is truly impressive, and what's more, it makes building a character around underwater adventures actually worthwhile. For where in vanilla Morrowind the underwater environments were often minimally detailed, though still arguably more detailed than, in some of Bethesda's later games, Knock Knock on Oblivion and those utterly terrible seascapes, in Waters of Morrowind you can find some just truly amazing locations just beneath the surface. Like this Dwemer Ruin, found right outside the Harbour of Firewatch, a world of swirling mysteries just beneath the ocean waves, promising all sorts of new discoveries. The number of new dungeons for you to delve here is simply staggering. From the simple and quick shipwrecks for you to loot, to underwater Dunmeri halls and ancient Dunmer stronghold corridors to explore, to the vast and confusing coral labyrinths of the Dreth citadels. There is much for you to fight and loot deep down below. But be especially wary of those citadels. They are extremely deep, with passageways that seem to go down and down and down, ever further into the abyss. And should you not bring enough water-breathing tools, you'll find yourself in quite the early grave. Combined with mods like Abbott's Waterlife and Knock Cascade's Wonders of Water, the seas of Morrowind have never felt more alive, or more likely to trigger your thalassophobia. Again, some of those chasms are quite deep, and with Wonders of Water, they're also quite dark. Throw in some big fish from Waterlife and, expect a few scares down there. Because this is just such a large mod, we're only really showcasing a tiny fraction of what all you can find in Waters of Morrowind. However much you see here, there is hours new content for you to find. Though again, I should apologise for the footage. It is just devilishly tricky to get good video footage underwater, but I hope this at least gives you a taste of what to expect. Now, as a note, this is obviously compatible with Terry Built, and it does require it, though there is a TR-free version, if you prefer. That said, there might be some conflicts with future TR updates, as Terry Built does have plans for parts of the Inner Sea in the future, including moving the island of Gorn into the Inner Sea, which I must confess seems a bit bizarre. Every map I've ever seen has always depicted Gorn as being in the Potomac Ocean off Morrowind's eastern coast, and the Inner Sea is, already pretty tiny and a wee bit difficult to navigate with a boat in some spots, but oh well, that's just my nitpickiness, I think a sea should be a sea and not a pond. Point is, while Waters of Morrowind does give a wide berth to the Sundered Scar region, which is where the Isle of Gorn is being moved, it still might conflict with future TR updates, so just keep that in mind. But anyway, regardless, this is one of the biggest landscape overhaul mods of 2024, and again, arguably the biggest seascape mod from Morrowind. It is a triumph of underwater verticality, and an amazing addition to the game. While it will obviously have a few mod conflicts here and there, it is well worth checking out for yourself. But that's it for today's Mod of the Day. So, as always, I've been your host, Golf Guy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.